So I might try to perform in at a coffee house today. I've never played in front of people. I'm talking about the guitar. But I did have some attacks. There was a group. This is Friday. It's going to be Sabbath when sun goes down. Um, there was a group at 1, and I had prayed to God, and if it was going to rain, I wasn't going to go. So when I got up, it was overcast. And I checked the forecast, and the forecast said that it was going to start pouring down rain basically right the time this meeting was out. So I did not want to have to bike in this and get soaking wet and then try to perform later. So I didn't. I still had some Starbucks card left. I still had some Starbucks card left, so I decided to bike a couple blocks over to the hospital and get a Starbucks. And I think this was a setup. Well, they knew that I went the day before, so now there was agents in there. Normally not the first time. But I went in, there was a woman with blue hair in there. And the color of the hair was beautiful, I'm just going to say, but that makes me suspicious. There's jokes about blue hair. So when I see blue hair, it is suspicious. I'm trying to think here what happened. So I just went through the line and I got a cappuccino and I said if could I could get like a small free water too, like a little cup. They said, well, might as well just get a big cup. Get a big cup because it's free and it's filtered. So the person there encouraged me and got me a big cup and it was perfect and filled it with ice. I think this was a setup because um, the people watch me and I see a lot of the same vehicles. I don't know if it's the same person. Oh, when I was parking my bike, I saw a man walking and he was smoking. And when I see people smoking, I don't trust them. And the reason I don't trust them is because that is a spirit of addiction. And normally, the kingdom of darkness hires people to smoke around me. So there was a man kind of walking in my direction, but still ways off, and he was smoking. Then I saw there was a woman and there was a baby, and they were nearby, and then they were together. So they were kind of apart and then started to walk together. And then I looked at them for a second, and then I looked at the kid for a minute. And then I hooked up my bike. Well, I went in to get my coffee, and they gave me a big water too. And this was 2 drinks, and I only have 1 cup holder on my bike. But the rain wasn't supposed to start for an hour, so I had a little time. And so there were 3 employees in the Starbucks behind the counter. 3 employees. Um, Trying to think here. The one with blue hair, I saw leaving I saw leaving like 15 minutes later. So she might have been working for the coven to get me. I don't know. It just was a little suspicious. She could have been leaving, but the other employees weren't leaving. Um, and then as I come out and I'm walking towards the door to leave, someone had just started playing piano. And it was really beautiful. It was really beautiful. Oh, today's the 8th, I think. I think today's the 8th. It sounded really beautiful. So then I thought, well, there's some chairs and seats. I'm going to go sit down over here and listen to the piano while I drink at least the water. And then I'll take the coffee home. Because it's too hot at first. And she's playing and someone else comes up and talks to her a little bit. And then I walk that way. I'm just going to ask her what the song is because I liked it. And I just talked to her for like, maybe 10 seconds or so. Then the smoker, the couple with the baby that was outside, it looked like they were leaving. They were walking away from the hospital. And I went in. This had to be like 5 minutes later. I got my coffee and I went to sit down. They were outside walking away from the hospital. They came in and they went past me. So there was a seat maybe 10, 15 feet away, probably 15 feet away from the piano. And no one else was sitting there. And so I had sat my drinks down, and then the woman stopped for a second, and someone else approached her. So I just quickly went up there. I was going to ask her, what's that song, so I can look it up. And then the smoker family, and they were smoking on that little child too, I'm going to say. They were smoking on that baby. But not like blowing in the face, right? But I mean, still close enough that I just didn't like it. But But anyways, then as I'm talking to this woman, they sneak in and go past me. And they only had a matter of seconds. And I know, my drinks were over there. And then the smokers came. And they just went by this coffee I just got. So, but I did get the name of the song. And maybe they had 5 seconds around my drinks. It wasn't very long. So whatever they're doing, they have to do it so quick and in a way that I can't even tell. But then I turn around and go back. I'm like, they probably got my drinks. And then I take a drink of my water and it tastes a little weird. I'm like, well, actually the taste wasn't weird. I got a little weird feeling. I'm like, okay, they did something to my water. They did something to my water. And then they continued to sit there. They weren't doing anything. They were just sitting there. And then and I took a little drink and I felt a little weird. And then I tried to put my hand on it and remove all the toxins and bless this water, seeing if that'll work. I don't know if it worked. I mean, I feel a little weird, but not that bad. And I drank this whole thing. So I stayed there, and it was they got me a large water with ice. I stayed there and I drank it. And I listened to the piano. And the smoking family continued to sit behind me. And then after 5 minutes or so, I turned back and I looked at them. And then they looked at me. So that made it clear. They were actually there to watch me. And they were probably waiting for me to get tired or pass out or something, because I do feel a little drowsy, just a little bit. So they might have placed something weird like a sedative in my drink. And I held the drink and I imagined light going into it and blessing the drink. But maybe just what I feel now is what I got in my first drink before that. But anyways, and I sat there, I drank it the whole time, and they stayed the whole time. And after I was actually sitting at this table, probably when I was sitting there for 5 minutes, then I see the woman who was working at Starbucks with blue hair, I see her leave. So maybe she left and let other people know that I got the drink and where I was. This is crazy what the kingdom of darkness does. It's like half the people in the world work for the kingdom of darkness. And it's like CIA. Maybe this is just CIA. I don't know. But, I tried to do some prayers over the hospital while I was in there too. And so, I don't know that the hospital really likes this much, because if God can just heal the people in there, they're going to lose money. They're going to lose money. And some older people look at me a little weird. Look at me and then they don't say anything. I wonder if they can see the light, because some people can see a white light. But I thought, if somebody wants me to try to, not me, I don't know how this works, but, for God to use my body and heal someone through me, then, they would probably have to approach me or ask, because otherwise I'm not going to do it, because, sometimes you're not supposed to, we have got different life plans. So it's like a person would have to come up and ask, otherwise, it might not be my place, because maybe they're supposed to have a certain health condition. And this is part of their learning experience, so I'm not going to disrupt that. And if it's not supposed to get better, if it's not supposed to heal right at that moment, and I try to intervene, then it's really going to discourage me. So I only did that one time when I believe I was basically walked into the situation. At this time, I just did a general prayer over, and I still feel drowsy. And this is 4 hours later, just a little bit. So that was from the first drink, just a little bit. But the smoking family stayed behind me. And they were probably waiting to see if something would happen. But no, nothing happened. I mean, at this point, I probably have such a high tolerance. It's just not going to work that well. But I'm trying to remember if I missed something. So I went to the hospital yesterday and today. When I was walking in, there was a car sitting right in the path on the way to the front door and had a number for the valet. And it was like a ticket just right on the window where you could easily see it. And then that ended in a 17. And then there was a meeting last night, and somebody said they were in therapy for 17 years. Something else 17. Something else 17. I wrote down these songs. I don't know. Maybe I should practice a little bit. I just don't know if people will like the music or not. Because people like the popular music, and this is just some stuff that I made up. And I could probably make a lot better later. I feel like I'm getting better, and then it's going to be to the point where I can start making really beautiful music, but I don't know if just a little at a time, like as I learn more things. But I should be getting a ride from the narcissist. They're probably going to try to get me. I don't It's so weird because they can only do what God allows them. But these people at the hospital, I had never seen them before. And I didn't tell anyone else I was going. I mean, I didn't even tell the people at the group last night that I went to Starbucks. So there are just random people. I mean, maybe this is from another AA meeting or something, and I don't recognize them. There is groups with enemies everywhere, or there's just people, they walk around. I mean, random people spy. I don't know who is doing what. Like, some of it's the churches, some of it are witches and warlocks. Then you have other people that want to be like the most helpful, and they're jealous of other people that have the Holy Spirit. Um, there's religious spirits. I'm trying to think like who it could be. There's people at the meetings. I don't know, and I'm sure there's more enemies. And there's like, yeah, all the witches, warlocks, and there's different covens. But the churches, the neighbors are paid. The people like my ex, and he's been to this town. He's probably hired people, but he doesn't have any money now. So I don't know who all. It's like everyone, and maybe there's other people out there experiencing the same thing. But I just got on my bike and I biked less than 5 minutes to the hospital, going to get a coffee. There are people waiting. There were people waiting because I went the day before. Like, what kind of scale of operation is this? It's big. Um, but I just made like I made some instant potatoes, a can of vegetables, and some frozen meat that I got at the food pantry. So hopefully that doesn't make me sick. I hope that it makes me feel healthier and keeps me a little bit awake. I am going to a coffee place, but I'm not going to buy coffee there. Um, Maybe it would be nice if someone would get me some, but I don't know. I don't expect anything. If they did, I'd probably have to pee, and then it would ruin the performance. So I probably shouldn't drink until after. But when it gets dark, then it's Sabbath, so. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna make another video. And I forgot to mention, like a couple days ago when I woke up, there was 6 digits on my watch. The hour, the minute, and the seconds. They all added up to a 17. And I forgot to add that. There was more 17s I saw. Someone else mentioned a 17. Um, Lots of 17s everywhere. And I'm going back and listening to old things, and there's 17s there too. I had to call Amazon. I got a gift card from Amazon, and of course, there was a problem with the order. I tried to order enough that I didn't have to pay shipping. So then one thing in the order it said it was returned, but they did it automatically. So they started a refund, no, they started a return, and then it was going to give me my money back when it was delivered back to them, which who knows when that is. The post office has been crazy. Um, but I wanted the item reshipped because if I just purchased this one thing on its own, then it wasn't enough money, so I would have to pay shipping. So then I called. Like their website did not work. Amazon's website did not work. I tried to select my issue. It wasn't even there. Like, I'd click it and it'd go to a dead link. Like, there was nothing and it said back. And I'm like, oh, and I was starting to get mad. So I figured this is just another mission. So then I do a Google search to find the Amazon customer service phone number. And then I call them. And then as soon as I finally get through, well, it didn't take that long, but you got to navigate the numbers. Once I get through, then it's like there's more than a half hour wait for your phone service. And then on the line, this is a robot. I said, and you better take care of this or God's going to render judgment and shut you guys down or something. I said something like God's going to shut you down if you don't take care of this. And then this is the truth. Within a matter of seconds, a customer service representative answered the phone. So they probably heard. They probably heard. And then it was a foreigner, but she was able to help me. And I just needed to have this item reshipped because when I went to the site, it said it was being sent back to Amazon and they were going to give me my money back. but I didn't want my money back. I want the item I purchased. So then this woman was so helpful. She was able to get a replacement. But like I should have just been able to do this on their website. The website automatically selected that I wanted to return it, and there was nowhere for me to get an exchange or a replacement. So I called this, and it was a foreign woman. I don't know what country, maybe Malaysia, but and I wasn't saying I'm mean, but I'm kind of annoyed, like, because I tried to just fix this on the website and it wouldn't work, and then I have to go find the number, and then it's like there's more than a half hour wait, and I'm like, God's gonna take care of this, and then I start to be nice after a minute, and I'm like, oh, thank you, she took care of this right away, she took care of it right away. But it's possible that I'll get two of the item, but this would also be, and I didn't anticipate this, because the website said my item was being sent back to Amazon. And whenever that arrived, I'd get my refund. So I couldn't even reorder it and pay shipping until I got my refund. So maybe the website, like, that wasn't the truth. The website said my package was being returned to sender. But then maybe it's not. I don't even know. I don't even know. And I didn't know that till I talked to this woman. So yeah, the post office has been pretty bad. Like a few weeks ago, I made a decent sale, and of course, it's lost somewhere in USPS land. Like it's probably sitting somewhere in a basement at a post office. I don't know, but if it doesn't get moving, like I'm gonna be out a lot of money. That was like the best sale I had in months. I don't sell a lot, so this is just another sign. I closed my eBay store. I closed my eBay store. I took almost all my merchandise down. I just had a fraction of things left. And so the only sale I made on eBay all month, and it was decent. And then there's a problem and the person opens a case. And this is why eBay is dead. This is why eBay is dead. So if they give me my money back and they give the buyer their money back, that's good, because this shipping service costs so much that it should include insurance. I'm just going to say. Like, this is ridiculous. I shipped it. It's got the scan that it left my house. And it started tracking. Then the tracking stopped. And they know there's all these political things going on. So, actually, the right thing to do, the proper thing to do is the post office gives me my money back. We just both get to keep our money. The buyer gets their money back, and I get to keep my money, because the post office has decided just to stop shipping the package that I paid to ship. So this is a thing, like, this should just be theft if they don't return my money. No, but that, like, if this results in me losing the sale, like, I think I'll just close. Like, I have free listings on eBay. I might just close the eBay store altogether and never sell there again. So they better take care of this. Like, eBay used to be pretty good, but I think people were selling on eBay too much. They were selling on it too much. There's got to be a better way. I tried to be a really good seller, but I have a lot of people, like, casting spells on me, stealing my merchandise, messing with things. Like, I don't know what or how, but I think they have some of my things that were taken, or they send little spies in to see what's got a problem, and that's the only thing that sells, when 95% of stuff's fine, even after the move. Only the things with problems. Or if something sells and I have it, then it just gets lost in the post office. So, okay, I don't remember if anything else happened. This is just a little update for Friday before Sabbath. Thanks for watching.